Welcome back to the Smith Nerds, everyone, and today we are heading back into a playlist that we haven't touched for over a year. We're heading back into the cartoon playlist because today we are going to be covering Ricky Gervais's Alley Cats, released earlier this month on Netflix. So, before we get into that, I'd like to say that the previous video I posted in this playlist was the SpongeBob Season 16 premiere episode that we covered, the timeline twist-up. I did not expect that video to do as well as it did. Like, that video, it literally sits on over 3,000 views. 3,000. How, like, that is mental. It's the most viewed video in that playlist. I only covered it because the theme of the episode was something that I particularly quite like. The whole, like, changing up timelines thing. That's the only reason I covered it. And it's one of my most viewed videos ever on the channel. But now into what we're actually going to be talking about today. Ricky Gervais's brand new adult animated show, Alley Cats. Now, is this series just 6 15-minute episodes of cats going, fuck off, yeah, fuck you stupid cunt, fucking twat? Is it basically just that for 6 episodes? Kind of. But does that stop it being funny? No. You see, the problem with this is, this is one of those shows where if you like Ricky Gervais and his humour, like I do, you'll probably find this funny and you'll like it. But if you don't find Ricky Gervais as funny and his humour, you don't like his humour, you probably won't like it. It's one of those shows. The show is about, well, these feral cats. The orange one in the thumbnail, that's Gus, the main one. He's the one Ricky Gervais plays. He's this fat, uneducated, very foul-mouthed cat. But he's very funny. Then you've got the big black and white cat, that's Fang. He murders a child in this series. In the final episode, he literally murders a child. The other orange cat, that's Olive, and she is voiced by Diane Morgan, who I very much would. Just making sure you know that. Her, not the cat, obviously. The very malnourished looking cat, that's Puke. Yes, his name is literally just Puke. He's voiced by the guy that plays Brian in Ricky Gervais's Afterlife series. You know, the very, like, smelly, disgusting one. The one whose every joke he makes starts with "my ex-wife." Him. And the grey cat with the collar around his neck, that's Ponce. Or Rupert, that's his actual name, but everyone calls him Ponce because he's like this middle-class privileged cat who actually lives in a real proper house with owners, whereas the rest of the cats just lived in this, like, run-down, very much abandoned house. And the small black cat, that small kitten, her name is literally just Kitten. Yes, I know, how original. The series basically ends up following the cats trying to help Kitten find her home and her owners, because she ran away from home, but now she can't quite figure out how to get home. Now, this series has a lot, and I mean a lot, of swearing. Like, every other sentence has someone saying fuck or shit or twat or cunt or whatever, right? But it's still quite funny. You wouldn't think this show would have any, like, maybe any, like, real depth to it because of what it is. But it does cover some subjects, like it covers life, death, love, loss. It covers quite a few things. Like Gus's mother dies right at the end of the show in the final episode. Gus fancies this other grey cat. Her name is Lara, and she's played by the woman who plays Tony's wife, Lisa, in Afterlife. Yeah, there's a lot. Pretty much the whole main cast is Ricky Gervais plus the people who were the main cast on Afterlife with him. That's pretty much the cast of the people that are in this show. So they spend most of the days of the episode looking for Kitten's house, but they get sidetracked on other things. Puke has some very disturbing stories, like how he actually somehow has three children, because he did you know what with this blind female cat, and his children actually look quite normal compared to him. In the last episode of the series, he tries to get a bee to sting him on you know what down there, and instead of stinging it on you know what, it stings him on the two round things just below it. Olive decides to try and eat a bee because the start of the final episode, the cats are all arguing about those stupid fucking bees. They're only making one jar of honey, the lazy cunt. Basically, some stuff like that. So they try and eat it. So Olive ends up catching one and eats it. Then it stings her tongue, which of course was always going to happen. Gus and Lara go on a date to a freaking graveyard. And Gus tells Lara that he'll find some mice or rats for them to eat. He catches one, but then eats it himself instead of giving it to her. Then he catches another one and eats it again instead of giving it to her. On the third attempt, he finally catches it and does not eat it and gives it to her. For a series about basically just foul-mouthed, angry all the time cats, it does have some wholesome moments in it, like how when Kitten basically joins the gang, she usually sleeps with Gus, with his tail wrapped round her, which is quite wholesome. Even though he loves insulting everybody, Gus never ever insults Kitten. She's the one cat that he'll never say anything bad about. And one of my personal favourite lines is, Kitten asks Gus, "What's death like?" And he says, "Fucking horrible." That was a great line. And when they actually do end up finding the house right at the end, but the family that Kitten used to belong to just replaced her with another cat. So she just stays with the gang instead. And Gus said he hasn't actually done anything in his life, and that looking after her was the best thing he's ever done. And that she's just gonna stick around with them. I mean, the final episode, there's a little party going on in this park for the cats, and Gus was gonna go and dance with Lara, but he fumbled the bag basically, and said they go looking. And Olive had been trying to get with Ponce basically the whole series. But by the time she finally says that those two should get together and make kittens of their own, he tells her that he has no balls because he got the snip. he tells everyone else this right at the beginning of the series, but he doesn't tell her till the very end. She says, "Oh." So she asks another cat, "Do you have any balls?" He goes, "Yep, see ya." That was a great way to end it. So yeah, it's a very short series. I mean, it's only 6 episodes long, and each episode is only 15 minutes long, so you could easily binge this in a couple of hours. Well, no, an hour and a half. You could binge the whole thing in just an hour and a half, really. And it's just, it is funny. Like, it did make me laugh quite a few times. But it's very much one of those, if you already like the person's humour, you're going to enjoy it. But if you don't, you're probably not going to enjoy it. But that is my video covering Ricky Gervais's Alley Cats. Ricky Gervais is basically like the best, the UK's like best comedian over the last couple of years. He's like the only comedian, big comedian that a lot of people know that will just say whatever the hell he wants. And he's so successful that he's literally can't be cancelled. That's one of the best things about him. He knows that he's so big that he literally can't be cancelled. And that really pisses off a lot of people. Now, I saw that a lot of people didn't like this series, and one common thing they had, whether it was a person or an organisation, they had a very specific worldview, and whether it's a person or their own organisation, it was always the same worldview of people who didn't like this. So this is people who went into this already disliking Ricky Gervais, so they were never going to enjoy this show anyway. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you have enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and until we meet again, I will see you in the next one.